Today we're going to make this window card, and it's going to be a trifold card with a window cut out of the front of it. We're going to be using Stampin' Up! Square dies, and this is the one that we're going to use right here, which fits the stamp exactly. A little bit of border around the edge. Several colors of green, a red, chocolate chip, and several colors. I'll put those on my blog so that you can have the whole color list. And we're going to use the water marker, water pen if you want. And I'm going to use the VersaFine Onyx Black because we're going to be using the water. And I actually scribbled all the colors I want to use on my acrylic block. We're going to be using Art Impressions Unmounted Stamp. This has got the Psalm 91:1 on it, which I really like. I have a lot of friends who like lighthouses, and that one works out really well. I have a piece of 5.5 by 12 So Saffron cardstock, and we're going to score this at 4 inches. We'll put across the board, and we're going to score it at 4 inches for the front of the card. Make sure you hold this right up into the corner, because as you can see I didn't, and then I had to move my hand. So score it up there at 4 inches, and then you're going to move over to the 8-inch mark, and you're going to score it again at 8 inches. And that's going to make your card base. The nice thing about these larger cards is when you use this type of thing is it's going to have lots of room to write inside of it. So I have the stamp positioned on my stamp positioner, and I'm using Bristol White. My Bristol White is cut at 3 7/8 by 5.5 or 4 anyway. To get this on here, what I did was I actually draw with ballpoint pen, and I line up on the stamp the center line and a horizontal, because this one has a little box on it that stamps, and I want to make sure that that was square. So I really did it on the MISTI and lined it up with those etched marks on the lid. So I'm going to ink it with the VersaFine. And I think I inked it again because one of the verses didn't come out very well. I did the first card on watercolor paper, and I wanted to see how the Bristol Smooth would work. It seems to work really well. It doesn't, the colors blend a lot better. However, you're not going to get that bumpy texture that you have with the watercolor paper. Again, I'm going to put all these colors on. I used Old Olive and Pear Pizzazz and Always Artichoke, and I did the sky with Marina Mist. I did put a little bit of water down first on the sky before I put the Marina Mist in, so it wouldn't be very dark. And it's okay if it's blotchy, because that's what really the sky looks like. I put a little bit of Marina Mist down in the bottom corner, and then I put Wisteria Wonder in for the water of the sea. I did put a little bit of Wisteria Wonder on the clouds and the little bit there, and I just kind of mixed all the greens together. Put a shadow on your lighthouse with some crumb cake. I colored the dark parts of the rock in with chocolate chip. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so I basically have it all colored in, and now I want to cut that window. The paper that you scored has bumps on one side and valleys on the other side. They call them mountains and valleys. Make sure that when you fold it in, that you're folding it in and scoring it so that the valleys are on the outside of your card. Now, I'm not really going to cut this. I'm going to put this on the inside, but I want to position my square die exactly where I want it. So I'm positioning this on the center front of the card, and then I'm going to lay my die right where I kind of want to cut it so I can see that whole stamped image. I have a little piece of washi tape on my finger, and I'm going to press down against the die only, and then as you can see I'm going to just touch the So Saffron paper so that the white paper is not stuck in there. And now I'm going to just slide the white paper out very carefully. I moved my die just a little bit. Now I'm going to hold the die down with my other finger so that it's straight. And I'm going to move that washi tape so that it's on the die and the part that I'm going to cut out. So open up all 3 layers so that you have it all flat. And then I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. I have my magnetic platform that I'm going to put in. And the cutting pad on top of the magnetic platform, and then your paper die down, and then the other cutting pad on top. So now we'll have the window all cut out, and all we have to do is put the card together. Now I didn't bother stamping a sentiment on the outside of this card or on the inside, because sometimes I make a lot of cards blank and then I decide how I'm going to use them. So you can see that this is going to fit right inside there. I don't really want any white showing except for what's going to show through that window and when you open the card. If you need to trim a little bit of that yellow off right along the edge, or that one flap so that it lays flat, go ahead and do that. You might have to. So this is going to fit right in there. And right along the right hand side edge, you'll notice that there's a little bit of yellow showing, which is good because I don't want an edge of white showing on this particular card. So now all I have to do is glue it down. Now that I know it's positioned right, just glue it down to that one piece. And then you'll have a nice card that when you have a group of people and they all want to sign a card and things like that, these are kind of nice because when you have a trifold card like this, you've got a lot of room for people to write inside of it. You could also stamp a greeting either on the inside of the flap or right below the stamped images if you want. Just make sure you score it really nice. And there's your card. Thanks for watching.